Hey y'all, what's up? Jamithatsme here. Welcome back to the channel. Listen, real quick, I want to talk to you guys about Anila, Sajja. I hope I'm saying her last name right, but Anila and Dr. Contessa of Married to Medicine. Y'all know that it was announced earlier this week that Anila and Dr. Contessa will not be joining the cast for the new season of Married to Medicine. Now, I also told you guys in a video earlier this week that Carlos King actually stated at the top of one of his podcasts that Anila, well, he said that two Married to Medicine ladies were not going to be returning. He said that one was fired and the other one just didn't want to return. And I told y'all that I personally felt as though the person that was fired was Anila. And the person that just didn't want to return anymore was Dr. Contessa. I went around, as I told y'all, and I looked through a lot of the different images to see whether or not they had Married to Medicine in the bio. And what I saw was Contessa removed it as a whole. Anila still had it in her bio, right? But, and that's what led me to believe, like, hey, girl, yeah, she not gonna be on the show. And I feel like that Contessa was the one to make the decision on her own that she did not want to return. And actually, she ended up doing an interview with Love B. Scott. And I want to get to that. Love B. Scott, Dr. Contessa. And I want to just, check out this interview with Love B. Scott. So let's see what the ladies had to say, because both of them did exclusive interviews with Love B. Scott, all right? So they're saying Married to Medicine star Contessa Metcalf confirms departure from the show and says Phaedra will be a fun addition. Contessa Metcalf, who joined the ladies during season 5, has confirmed exclusively with lovebscott.com that she has exited the show ahead of season 10. She says, I decided to quit after last season. I told y'all it was Dr. Contessa for me that made that decision and not Anila. I feel like Anila was fired. Now, before I go any further, I just want to say this. I love me some Mariah Hoke. I understand a lot of people don't. We all have our preferences, okay? My preference is Mariah Hoke, okay? The creator. I love her, and you know that she's married to a man that is Indian, and I feel like when they laid off they released Miss Mariah out of her contract, they brought on Anila to kind of like compensate for the lack of having that diversity when it comes to having an Indian husband or whatever, because I feel like Mariah was trying to bring that in, introduce us into that with her family dynamics, her being a black woman, him being an Indian man, and then how their cult, how she has to kind of like adopt his culture. So we kind of got a little bit of that with Anila and her husband. Now understand, Anila's not hurting for Married to Medicine because her husband is like a plastic surgeon, so she's going to get the money regardless, in my opinion, right? But I kind of feel like if you're not going to have Anila on the show, why not go back and get Mariah? We know Mariah tried to sue the company or whatever the case was, but y'all can kind of like, hug on it, shake on it, have a conversation about it, and just bring her back, in my personal opinion. But Anila's not hurting for no money. Now, a lot of people are saying that her family is rich. I beg to differ, especially the way that her parents carried themselves on the show. So that's just my personal opinion, but I think that she's not hurting for money because of her husband, not so much as because of her family background. But let's keep going. Miss Contessa, she says, I decided to quit after last season. I needed a break because it wasn't highlighting me as a doctor or as a mom. Plus, it's been 5 years. I'm sick of cussing and crying. Now, listen, I don't blame Contessa. It has been 5 years. I'm sure she wants to take a break and focus on her children and her family. But understand, as I told y'all before, she said she needed a break, meaning there's a possibility that she could return at a later time. We see that Miss Phaedra Parks is going to be returning to Bravo, not to Real Housewives of Atlanta, but back to Bravo. We already saw her on Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. Now she will be back for Married to Medicine. So the same thing could happen with Contessa. Who knows? We might see Contessa slide on over there and be a housewife herself versus being on Married to Medicine. We don't know. But she could likely return back to Married to Medicine. It always happens. We saw Quad take a break, and then Quad came back. So it's nothing that's surprising, okay? Now, they're going on to say, when asked her thoughts on former Real Housewives of Atlanta star Phaedra Parks joining the cast, Contessa said she thinks Phaedra will be a fun addition. Now, when somebody asks Dr. Heavenly about her thoughts on Phaedra, she says that she likes Phaedra. So I said, okay, we're going to have to wait and see about that. Give Dr. Heavenly some time, because I'm sure they just started filming this week. All right, so we got to ask her at the end of the month how she feeling about Phaedra, because y'all know she may start out liking you, but by the end of the month, she may not like you so much. So we'll have to check in with Dr. Heavenly later, okay? She goes on to let us know that Phaedra is also her neighbor, and she thinks that her neighbor would be great. Now, as for the other cast members, Anila's departure, Contessa admitted they don't really speak outside of the show, but added she didn't think Anila was a good fit anyway. I have to agree. I have to agree. I have to agree. All right. I don't think that Anila was a good fit. And she played herself in the last season of Married to Medicine with how she just acted, how she showed herself. Girl, you played yourself, period. Okay. But she did go ahead and interview with Love B. Scott, so I want to get into what she says here. All right, let's get into it. They're saying yesterday they confirmed that Dr. Contessa was not going to be on the show alongside Anila. All right, they're saying Anila, who joined the ladies during season 8, has confirmed in a lengthy statement and that she has also exited the show ahead of season 8. She says there are 3 sides to a story. Somewhere between their story and mine is the truth. Why would you even need to say something like that? Why would you even need to say something like there's 3 sides to it? So are you saying you didn't get fired, girl? We only need to, girl, did you get fired or not? Because I don't know how many sides there could be to a got fired. What are you talking about? There are 3 sides to a story. Somewhere between their story and mine is the truth. The truth is only half of the rumors are true. I won't be on the upcoming season of Married to Medicine, but I won't be gone for long. Girl, who told you that? Girl, she says, I have been working on some projects that will give me the full opportunity to continue to share my life, journey, family, and Indian culture. What projects are those? Are you going to do vlogs over here on YouTube? What are you talking about? She says, my story continues whether it is filmed or not. Insert side eye emoji. Girl, what the fuck? Are you okay? Girl, she trying so hard to convince the people that she wasn't fired. She says, thank you to my loyal fans for the support. I have a lot to share with you all very soon. Stay tuned. The show was an amazing opportunity, and I am excited to build off the platform I have been given. Bye, Anila. She says, and while you're waiting on the reveal of these upcoming projects, don't forget to check out Private Label Tucker for all your hair needs. Thank you again to Bravo and another TV by Pop. She says, can't wait to share what I'm working on next. The best is yet to come. Bye, Anila. I'm glad Anila gone. There's somebody I'm not gonna miss. And this whole cryptic message that she trying to get to people, like she really gonna be around and she won't be gone for long and she gonna be doing some TV projects. I guess we'll wait to see. I personally don't think that Anila is that entertaining to me. But I will say, when we interviewed her on TV, right? But when we interviewed her on the Ooh Ladies First panel, she was so down to earth. She was cool. She was funny, like it was giving. Okay, I enjoyed my interview with Anila, I have to say, but maybe it's how they shot it. Maybe it's how they shot it, because I was not featuring Miss Girl for real on the show. I just was not. I just, no ma'am, no ma'am. So I mean, if she want to bring some, we'll watch it and see what you gonna give to the people. But we won't hold our breaths, okay? But either way, girl, good luck. Y'all go ahead, hop down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about everything that we just talked about when it comes to Dr. Contessa, Anila finally giving their statements and their confirmation that they will not be returning back to the show, okay? That's all that I got. I'm Jamie. That's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie That's Me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.